Welcome back to another episode of Stratford Vibe Exchange. My name's Karim Rushdy. We're filming this in Fresh and Free Studios inside of Nancy Campbell Academy, downtown Stratford. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Johann from Small Town Stripclub. We're going to do a few songs from that, and he's got his solo album here as well called Old College Try. How you feeling today, Johann?
I'm chilling. I'm feeling good, man.
Chilling and
Thanks
feeling
for having
good.
me.
Hey, thank you for being here.
Cheers.
So we're going to switch it up this time. Today we're going to start with a jam sesh, and then we'll get to the chatting part.
Let's do it.
Take it away.
Don't mind trying when it gets a little crazy, like it's been as of lately. Why you think you got your baby when the sun don't shine? It gets a little hazy, like it's been as of lately. Come on, my eyes are set on you. The room out the corner of my eyes shoot. Why you think you call you baby? Can't make up my mind. It gets a little wavy. It's like this on the daily. When the wells run dry, when it's me and my six strings got no lines, yeah, my tongue gets tied. Just another lonely night. If I couldn't tell you plainly, come on, I say my aim is true. Hold on, from the back of the room, out the corner of my eyes shoot. Why you think I call you baby? Cheers, man.
Amazing.
Tight.
Wow. Welcome back again to the same episode. We were just jamming. It was super fun.
Hell yeah.
What was the name of that song?
Why You Think I Call You Baby. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you write that song?
Yep.
And what was the story behind it?
I had the riff like and like I just put the words, why you think I call you baby? And then the song was just written around that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man,
it's kind of
that's
listening, it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, like, come on, you know what you're.
Yeah, right. You know how
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah. That's so cool, man. So I guess for you sometimes the music comes first, like through your guitar.
Yeah.
Because I could tell when we were jamming, the guitar is an extension of you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It probably doesn't feel like a separate object anymore.
No, I've yet to like ever play on stage or anything without a guitar in my hands.
There
So,
you go.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, definitely an extension for
Johann, guitar.
sure. Yeah, and that song in particular, it's fun playing it, but acoustically on an acoustic guitar it doesn't always translate because it's such like an intricate thing. Like it's more of an electric guitar song, but I think we pulled it off though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was a lot of fun, man. So welcome to the podcast. I'm so honored you're here and happy you're here. I met you when you came for our school's garage sale.
Yeah.
You bought some cables and stuff.
Yeah, I got a mic stand that's staple in my studio now too.
Hey, there you go. That's amazing. And I learned on that day that you are a fellow teacher.
I am.
So which school do you teach at in Stratford?
So I bounce out around all over the place.
Okay.
I've been at SDSS over the last couple years for various different subjects in the social science department.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow, man. That's so cool. I remember when I met you, I felt there's another one.
Yeah.
You know, like teachers who are also fully into music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Have you experimented integrating your music in your classroom?
Not yet. I'm pretty early into my career still.
Okay.
One thing that I want to like definitely like get into if I'm a teacher full time down the line is just, you know, providing lanes for kids to like perform and, you know, like providing them opportunities to like, you know, see stuff behind the scenes, like the recording studio or, you know, stuff that Victor does too, like behind.
Shout out Victor.
Yeah. The production and all that kind of thing. Anything creative. I want anybody who's interested to have avenues for sure.
That's awesome, man. We're already kindred spirits. Like that's exactly what I'm into. And that's why this place exists, this studio inside of Nancy Campbell. Cause that was been exactly my vision too. So we kind of share that thought and that vision. And that's just so inspiring when you see a teenager have that moment where their eyes come alive. Like, oh, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can play that guitar or I can sing that song. I can write that song.
For sure.
It's for me as an educator, it's a rush.
Yeah.
You know, and I live for those moments. And so this space was created with many things in mind, but that being one of the major ones.
For sure, man.
Yeah. It's super exciting.
It's nice to see growth or just people putting themselves out there too, you know?
Yeah.
Like just thinking, oh, maybe I'm an artist or have something to say. And like, you know, it's like a tough shell to crack. Like, you know, it's tough to get in front of people or like put your feelings down on a piece of paper. But once you do it and like you start throwing yourself out there, you get more and more comfortable with it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. So I actually don't know much about you.
True.
So take us through the journey of Johann Yundt.
Sounds good, man.
Where were you born? Let's do the fire round of questions.
All right.
Okay, where were you born?
Stratford, Ontario.
Oh, okay. All three of my kids were also born here.
Sweet.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Me too.
There we go.
Like a forest green?
I don't really have a specific, you know, RGB code.
Okay, you don't know the exact number?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters do you have, if any?
I got a little brother and older sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever lived outside of Stratford?
Yes.
Where did you live?
I lived in Guelph for 5 years and Windsor for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stayed in Ontario.
Yes.
Okay.
I've traveled a little bit though.
Where have you traveled?
Australia. Just this past fall, I visited my little brother in Australia.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. He's out there studying, living.
Yeah, he was out there studying, and I caught him at the end of his semester and went out there for a month.
Amazing.
Australia and Bali as well.
Ooh, yeah. What was that like?
Different world, man. It was cool. It was cool, man. Narrow streets. You won't find a Ford F-150 in Bali, that's for sure. Like everything's smaller. Right. They got full families on scooters and stuff.
Yeah,
it was a cool experience for sure,
bro. I grew up some of my years in India.
True.
And I was that full family on
a
scooter.
Eh?
Yeah, my dad was driving the scooter. Wow. I was standing in that area in front of him. Damn. And then my brother and sister, and then my mom at the back. all sandwich
different,
and that was normal.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
It's just one thing I found funny is like we have like, you know, all these regulations, like you gotta have a kid in a car seat and stuff. Like, it's like just different there.
Most of the world does not operate on that, you know, which is so interesting. But I like it too. Like I like to have some of these regulations.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of nice. Like
no doubt.
Sometimes I do feel a bit annoyed, but sometimes I'm like, this is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
I should have my baby
car
safe.
seats are good.
Car seats are helpful. Shout out car seats.
Yeah. Your sponsor for this episode.
Sponsored by car seats.
Seats.
That's amazing, man. And so how'd you get into music?
Yeah.
As a small town Stratford boy.
Yeah. My dad, he plays guitar. He sings. Okay. So he was probably my main influence for sure.
Amazing. Was he in like a local band?
No, the funny thing is he's like your classic hobbyist musician slash music fan. Okay. And he plays at home all the time. However, he hasn't put himself out there to play in front of others unless it's in like a campfire setting.
Okay, right.
Funny little like side note. Ethan Mack, who's on your pod.
Shout out Ethan Mack.
Was it the inaugural episode?
The inaugural. That's right.
There you go. His dad has reached out to my dad to start their own band.
No way.
Yeah, or at least a jam crew. Yeah.
We got to do a podcast with the dads.
That'll be a tough act to crack.
That'll be tough? Okay, we'll work on it. Yeah. Like maybe next year.
Yeah, episode.
We got to build up to it.
Yeah.
Episode 99.
Yeah, dads.
Yeah. The dad band.
Yeah. The dad band.
The dad band.
Yeah.
It's a thing now.
There you go.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah, I started beatboxing and then later found out that my dad used to do it.
Really?
So I didn't really pick it up from my dad, but maybe it was in the blood.
So how long have you been beatboxing for then?
Oh, since I was maybe 10 or 9 or I forget the age exactly, but my mom cut the cable. Like we had cable TV.
Right.
And we used to fight over it. There's me and my brother and sister. We used to fight so much over who gets to watch which show because, you know, it was pre-internet, pre-Netflix.
What was your go-to show back in the day?
I don't even know. I was the youngest, so I really didn't have a say, to be honest. Just getting involved with the drama.
Yeah.
But I know my sister was into Star Trek.
Oh, okay. And
then I don't know what my brother was into. But anyways, we were arguing about it so much that one day we came home from school, turned on the TV, and it's like, no, we lost all the channels.
Yeah.
But then that forced us into a state of first anger. We were so mad. Yep. But then boredom.
Yes.
And out of that boredom, you know, was born the beatboxing lifestyle that my brother and I got into together. And that's something I've carried with me my whole life now. Like,
yeah,
to this moment, I can't help it. Just booms, boom, booms, you know, that's happening in my mind all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
You know, it's just sometimes I share it with the world.
So did you did you have YouTube to like reference, or like where did you find like how to do it?
We did have eventually Kazaa came out and Napster. So
it's funny, people reflect back to Napster, but I was a Kazaa guy. And then LimeWire a little bit later.
LimeWire, yeah, a little bit later.
Yeah, Pirate Bay, but none of that.
Yeah, none of that stuff. Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah. You gotta buy.
Yeah, you gotta purchase Old College Try, original solo album, Johann Yundt.
Yeah.
No, and so we downloaded a song by Rozelle. Okay. Have you heard of Rozelle?
No.
He's the godfather of sound.
Dang.
And he's incredible, you know. And he did that song, "If Your Mother Only Knew." You gotta hear it.
I got it.
You just gotta hear it. Anyways, it was wild. So we would sit around for hours with no TV, just trying to learn it. And that's an interesting point, because now we're at a point in our society, like, forget about cable TV. Every kid is on a screen all the time. Although I am hearing about a new movement about like taking away the screens, you know. And I know here in Stratford, there's some sort of thing happening at the local about they're showing some movies and having a community chats about screens and teenagers specifically. It's called Screenagers.
Yeah.
Shout out Screenagers at the local. Anyways, to me, that's just, it's a point, because like, how did I get into music? I was bored.
Yeah.
Essentially. And like, so, but with the phone and internet, you're never bored. With TikTok.
I know. I got so much to say about this, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We could go on and on about this, but like, you know, putting it back to education, in the classroom, cell phones are like such an issue. And it's like, it's just like, and then the kids think that, you know, you're like against them, like being on their phone, like they really hate the fact that teachers are next year going to try to crack down on phones in the classroom. Right. And they're like, good luck with that. And they're like, you're not going to get us off our phones. And it's like, okay, like I understand like your perspective, like you want to be on your device and all this stuff, but like, you know, learning to be present and like away from your phone is like such a blessing. And like, it's so nice to like not need it all the time. Like, you know, and like training that part of your mind to like be able to be present in different scenarios is extremely valuable, which kind of takes me to my next point is my parents, they didn't let me play video games as a kid. So all the kids were playing COD on Xbox. Mind you, they ended up cracking a bit. We were allowed to get a gaming station when the Wii came out. Okay. And then my brother won an Xbox. So we had the Xbox, but we didn't have the online stuff. So we just had to play with one another. But my dad was hard against video games. Wow. Okay. Which forced us to, you know, get more into athletics, for myself, more into music. Right. And, you know, you talk about the anger that came up, like now it turns into gratitude because, you know, I wouldn't have had those opportunities to focus on better things, you know. Yeah. What is leveling up in Call of Duty circa 2010 gonna do for me now? Nothing.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. It's an interesting world. And then the interesting thing, conversely to what you're saying, is that there are kids who are so good at gaming that they're getting scholarships to universities for their gaming teams. And, I forget exactly what it's called, but my cousin does that.
True.
Esports. It's called esports.
Yeah.
And so he actually set up an esports team up in northern Alberta.
Yeah.
In Fort McMurray. And then, there's people getting scholarships to go up there to study because of their esports skill, which is basically how good are they at gaming, kind of like how good are they at hockey or basketball or
for sure
football, you know.
And that's like, that'll be like the first counter argument a kid will
100%. So that's why we got to be ready for that. But to also recognize that is a thing. But I don't know, I think there's everything in moderation, right? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
It's like if you were in a football team, you wouldn't be playing football all night long and losing sleep.
Yeah.
You would go to sleep because your body's tired. So you might wake up early and go, you know, work hard and play hard and get better at the game, go to the gym and work out or whatever. And the danger with gaming is you're just sitting in a chair. And you can just play all day and all night.
The sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we were not designed to do that as humans.
100% not.
And so, you know, I just had a gallbladder attack a couple of weeks ago.
Dang.
And part of that is from the sedentary lifestyle. Like, I have not been going to the gym for a decade. Right. Doing, you know, just eating whatever.
Cooped up in the studio. Just
cooped up and
putting it together.
Just like teaching, studio, home, you know. So there's some motion, but nothing that gets my heart rate up that much.
Are you doing all right now, though?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks,
Cheers.
bro. Yeah. And now I'm just eating kale, spinach.
Superfoods,
bro. Intermittent fasting.
Yes. I got to get back into that.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, that'll... Those are the remedies.
There's something in there called the mother. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, that's literally what it's called. And it's like all these organic pieces of life in apple cider vinegar, the organic one that's not treated or whatever, not filtered. And apparently that's the stuff that you want in your body, and it just cleans the liver and everything.
Just cleanses you. Yeah. Shout out to apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
Sponsor of this.
Sponsored. Had some this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, screens.
Yeah. Just a double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because they're all around us. I'm holding a screen right now.
Kind of like AI, double-edged sword.
Like AI.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Good segue.
It's time for the ChatGPT questions. So I plugged in your info just as we were sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You were born ready. Okay. Number 1, can you share with us your journey as a musician and how you got involved with Small Town Stripclub and your solo project, Old College Try?
Okay. Journey as a musician. I've been playing guitar forever. I think I put myself out there and sang for a couple of elementary school talent shows. Yeah, and
wicked.
Yeah, I think I sang "Let It Be" for one of them with a friend, and then with Ethan Mack, we go way back.
Oh, amazing!
We played "American Idiot."
Okay.
At like a talent show in like 2004, like way back, and then in high school I played a couple of coffee houses. I started doing it more regularly, kind of myself and an acoustic guitar, and then transitioned to post high school, university, continued to play coffee houses, jamming a lot more, started getting a couple of paid gigs. And
that feels good.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting some money in.
Yeah.
I remember my first check for doing music and I was just blown away.
Yeah, you can do this. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then I started opening up for Ethan's old band. He had a rock band called Plants.
Okay.
And then I was the acoustic opening act.
Cool.
And then I was kind of playing a lot of these rock songs, kind of stripped down to acoustic renditions.
Right.
And then at one of these shows, a couple of guys came up to me, and I played soccer with them. And actually, just one guy, he told me that he jams with a couple of dudes. I mean, that's Jimmy Flood. Shout out Jimmy.
Shout out Jimmy.
He's the drummer in what is now Small Town Stripclub, and we formed in 2017.
Okay.
Started out as a cover band, covering all of the artists we like the Black Keys, Kings of Leon,
right,
Arkell's Sheepdogs, and then we kind of morphed all our influences, and now we're just an original band that just exclusively performs original music.
That's so cool,
and
man.
It's 2023, and we're all honed in at Small Town Stripclub.
Focused.
Yeah.
As a team.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
For sure.
That sounds like you guys have a unity of vision.
Yeah.
Because that's can be rare.
Yeah, you know what? I think we really had a more united vision when we had a recent addition to the band, Brady Lewis. Shout out Brady Lewis.
Shout out Brady Lewis.
He's our lead guitarist, and he joined us about a year ago.
Okay.
And, the pandemic really slowed things down, and we were kind of inching back into things. And then Brady joined the band, and he's such a presence on stage, and is a very committed musician, and wants to be a career musician. And his tenacity and presence, and him joining the band has really brought things to the next level for sure.
That's so awesome, man. I love hearing that. That's so wicked. If you have a group of people trying to achieve something and they can't agree or not even agree, just find a vision that they can all get down with on one level, things don't work out. You know? And I've been hearing your band's name all over the place. I haven't seen you guys yet. But that's because I don't get out much because we have 3 kids. But
no doubt,
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Victor. I'm gonna get out there. Victor's next to have kids.
Oh, you're on deck, eh?
No, he's not. He's not. He's laughing.
July 15th at the Bunker. That's our only show in town this summer. So if you're free, Saturday, July 15th.
I'll be there.
Tight.
Okay, sick. The Bunker, July 15th, Small Town Stripclub.
Yep.
I've been to the Bunker though. It's
a
cool spot.
Good spot. Yeah.
Really cool spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if people don't have that unity of vision, you can't really achieve much. But when you have that unity of vision, even if the vision is small, you'll achieve so much more, right? It's so powerful. So
1,000,000%.
kudos to you guys and I'm sure there will be moments coming up that will test that, you know.
Oh, for sure.
That's just how it works. Like there's ups and downs and
100%.
Yeah. So
and it's like it's a partnership, it's a friendship, and it's like a business too. And you know, like when you scale up, you know, you have to like reestablish and reevaluate like how much people want to be doing things and like how much commitment you want. And I think one thing I've learned over the last, like, we've been a band since 2017, and that's actually low key a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've learned is just
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years, man. Is just like really taking the positives of what we have going and like focusing on those instead of being like, how are we gonna scale up and like what's it gonna look like if like we want to do this full time, or some of us want to do it full time. But I think where we're at as a band is like perfect for right now, for sure.
That's great. That sounds powerful, to focus on the positives and grow it that way rather than focusing on what you don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do we scale up is almost like, we're lacking, we're less than.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so we need to work. It's like kind of a state of, I don't know, like frantic insecurity almost. Yeah. But what you're talking about is sort of this, it's like a confident, chill vibe that let's focus on the good things that are happening and just keep pushing. Is that right?
Have you ever heard of the book, The Art of Not Giving a Blank?
I have heard of it, but I never read it.
Oh, true.
I never read it.
One of like the analogies in that book is there was like a heavy metal band, and I think it was like the lead singer of Megadeth or something got like kicked out of Metallica.
Whoa.
But he got kicked out of Metallica or something along these lines, and he started like this group Megadeth, who like were consistently the second best heavy metal band, and he ended up having an extremely successful career, but he was never ever satisfied because Metallica was always better.
Oh, that's
so hilarious. He could never give himself props, even though he had like an arena selling out band. It's just like, but he's not as good as Metallica. Yeah.
So you're saying you need to have that attitude.
Yeah, at least
because
like
you'll just never
keep things into perspective and like you know, want to have a healthy relationship with like success and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. All right, question 2 from ChatGPT. How has being a part of the local music scene in our town shaped your music and artistic identity?
Dang. They always ChatGPT always words things like where like makes it more into an onion question.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Layers.
You could pull from any of those strands because you also do that the local open mic.
Yeah,
which the last one's coming up. When's the last one?
Yeah, the last one of this season.
Not the last one ever.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Season. Like I was at our open mic last Thursday, and I was like, yeah, this is the second last open mic of this season. And one of the regulars there is like, I hate when he keeps saying it's the last open mic. We're going to keep this going, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just making it dramatic.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
exactly.
Have to. So that's this coming Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, July 23rd is the last open mic. I'm gonna have to check that date. Actually, it could be July 13th. It might be July 13th.
Okay.
So it's not this Thursday, but it's next Thursday. So that's probably July 13th. Eh?
Yeah. Let's double check so we get our info right.
Yeah.
But the 23rd, I think, is a Sunday.
Okay.
So 13th is a Thursday.
There, Victor's giving us the
calendar check. Young Victor.
Yeah.
Okay, so July 13th. Hey, we got a lot of announcements. Bro.
I know.
July 13th at the job site, right?
Yeah, job site.
Open mic at what time?
It's 5:45 to 8 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And can anyone show up, or you got to sign up in advance to perform?
You have to sign up in advance. There's a Google form that gets sent out. You can find it online as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just sign up for a 15-minute slot. So play 3 tunes, 4 tunes, and
That's so wicked.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna sign up.
Do it, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to perform, if that's cool.
100%.
Okay.
You know, bring in Wizzy John.
I'll bring in Wizzy John.
Yeah.
Shout out Wizzy John, the jewel of Stratford.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, man, that's amazing. So what role do you believe music plays in bringing people together and fostering a sense of community? I think that's directly linked with your open mic as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But also the band, and you're doing so much stuff, man.
Yeah, the open mic though. Yeah, we've been doing those since 2019.
Okay.
So pre-pandemic, we had them going, and then obviously a little break in there, and then we came back, and I've just been trying to like improve aspects of the open mic ever since I came back. We've been doing mostly. They started on Tuesdays. They're now every other Thursday, and they go on mostly throughout the entire year, but take various small breaks for whatever reasons.
Right. Seasonal breaks.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's good to like kind of give people a little bit of a breather to, just have time to recalibrate what kind of tunes they want to work on or present and that kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You might end up just doing the same thing each time.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a nice breather for me to think about aspects to provide a better platform, whether it be adding lighting or I collaborated with Jeff Wood from Little Big Creative to
shout out Jeff.
Shout out Jeff Wood. So many shout outs.
Yeah, we gotta keep a shout out counter.
Yeah, sponsorship counter.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, and I collaborated with Jeff to make a really awesome banner design. So we now have a nice banner behind all the performers. That's like a
cool
job site open mic banner, and just trying to become a better sound tech myself, a better MC as well. So there's various aspects that I'm trying to bring to the table, and honestly just provide a spot for people to, sharpen their knife, like as a performer. And I started out on open mics before getting any paid gigs, and there's one band in particular that has been going to open mics a lot, and I helped them connect with this one other guy that goes to open mics, and they've kind of fused their bands, and then other people in open mic have met people there and have jammed and then collaborated for performances. So
wicked.
That's the tie into community. And the one band in particular, they're all pretty young fellas, and it's been really cool seeing them kind of gel and become more comfortable on stage, and just honestly improve too, like just getting up there and performing. Like if I were to look back on some high school performances, like you can't help but wince a little bit, but I kind of have I kind of have the perspective where it's like, dang, like it's crazy that I just was confident enough to go up there and do it. But now I'm like, I've learned so much from these experiences, and that's kind of what I'm trying to help provide.
That's amazing. So you really have sounds like you've created this space where people can come there, share their talent, but also, very importantly, connect with others. And maybe start something new, right?
Exactly. That's what it's all about, and that's why I definitely want to keep the open mics going. It's going to be good to have a break and like reflect on how we can market it better and like get more people out. Like I hear Wizzy John on your pod, like kind of like being a little defeated that there's not enough opportunities for people around town. But I would love for a guy like him or anybody else to like swing by a job site, and like there's opportunities for like, you don't have to drink beer if you're there either. It's like a brewery or whatever, but they have pizza, popcorn, kombucha. It's like totally a community space. So like everybody's welcome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to hear about that.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
We actually did a coffee house here at the school for a long time, and it was a similar concept, like open mic vibe or whatever. But it was hard. Like I remember we kind of has stopped now. We'll probably try and bring it back next year. But for the longest time, like there was some people coming, and it was good, but it took a lot of work every time to set it up and try and promote it. And I kind of felt like, okay, no one really wants to do music in Stratford. But then one day, I was feeling that feeling, but I was like, no, we'll just push on, because I didn't know of anyone that was coming. Yeah. But that day, about 50 people came. And luckily we have
No
the school,
doubt.
we got the capacity.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked, like 50 people I don't even know. And it was just huge. It was amazing. And then the next week we did it, there was like 2 people.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your experience has been like, but I already know that it takes a lot of dedication on your part to organize these events.
And
right?
it's my experience is extremely similar. Like open mic will pop off, and like we'll have like quite a few busy weeks. Like some weeks are packed, and then there's some weeks where it's like 3-4 performers, which is cool. They still get a chance to go up there, but then it gets me like brainstorming, like, okay, how do I tap into new individuals to get them coming? And like at the end of the day, I just honestly really want to provide a space for people to like just perform and that community sense. So yeah, it'll be good to take a break after this last one, recalibrate and spread the word again. For sure. Yeah.
Well, this maybe will help spread a little more.
For sure.
And kudos to you, man, putting in all the effort, the dedication, consistency.
Thanks, bro.
Showing up, and it sounds like you're really trying to think about the details too. You mentioned lighting. You're trying to think, hey, what can we do? So that recalibration you're mentioning.
Yeah. And full disclosure,
is awesome.
the room that we do open mic in, it's like a hall of brick with like metal brewery machines. So it's not ideal sound scenario whatsoever. Like the sound's bouncing all around the room, but it's still like a good vibe, and like you can still like, it's a good sound system that I have, but the room is not sound treated whatsoever. The focus is more on community, getting up there, hanging out and having some pizza.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm pumped to go there. I just can't eat gluten.
Oh yeah, they might
or dairy.
Shucks.
It's fine.
Pizza might not be up
kombucha.
here.
I might be able to have kombucha.
That'll be perfect. Yeah.
Boom. So, wow, we went on a big.
We've been going on tangents.
A big one on that one. Yeah. That's good though. But ChatGPT is really, really treating us well. Mm-hmm. And as a local rock star, which is what we're calling you, Johann, the local rock star. What advice would you give to aspiring musicians who are just starting their musical journey in Stratford?
Yeah, definitely hit up open mics.
There you go. Yeah.
But seriously, just like getting in front of people.
Right.
Covering bands that like maybe you envision yourself like wanting to shape your sound after. Just trying to write songs. Like the more songs you write, the less crappy they end up being. Just keep trying and keep trying. You'll make a good one, or at least one that you're proud of after making like 5 crappy ones or whatever.
Yeah, that's so true.
Just keep chipping away at it, and just keep networking and like jam with people. That doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're going to start a full venture or band with them, but you can learn from other people and their process and that kind of thing.
That's amazing. I think you've also already answered this question by sharing some of the details on your journey and your attitude and the band and the unity of vision and all the different things.
For sure.
And so that's amazing, man. I think anyone out there who's thinking about getting more into music, they got a lot to already learn from what you said and plus what you just said. So how do you feel about the role of local music venues in supporting and promoting the local music scene? Obviously, you got the job site open mic, but what about any other ones? And what do you think their role is in the community?
There's so many nooks and crannies in Stratford, man. Like Bentley's is, again, not a place like geared for sound, but if like you're of age and you want to have a fun time and like play like kind of just a party gig, like Bentley's is a good spot for that.
Okay, shout out Bentley's.
Yeah, for sure.
Chicken wings and nachos. That's what I always get there.
Bentley's is great.
Yeah, so good.
If you're thinking about kind of a ticketed event, also kind of more geared towards people of age, and throwing like kind of a legitimate an event with like a great sound system, the Hall is a refurbished venue in Stratford. It used to be kind of a staple for performances. It was the Masonic Hall, It's now called the Hall because it's not a Masonic temple anymore, and there's new ownership.
Is that the one right across from the library?
Exactly.
Oh, snap. I was wondering what was going on.
It's a great music venue, man. One of the best in town. Yeah.
And is that all that it is? Like,
yeah, it's just a venue.
Oh,
yeah.
So you can just book it.
Yeah, you get in touch with them. They book far in advance. I think they're booked until like Christmas and past Christmas right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, but like they're a great venue. They are recently completely remodeling their sound system. Like they had an old sound system. It was great and loud, but they're gutting it and putting something brand new in there. So
amazing.
They're a good spot. The Hall, if you're looking for something scaled down a bit that also has great sound and might be a little bit more geared towards both people of age and not of age, the Bunker.
Oh yeah, the Bunker.
We briefed
amazing.
on that.
Yeah.
They have their own open mics as well, so also a good spot too.
Yeah, and they do the live stream.
Yes, they're all. If you're looking for a great sound and kind of great tech, the Bunker's a great spot for that.
Yeah,
like Wednesday nights and Thursday nights after 8 p.m. is their open mic.
Okay.
And they're also just their music is their focus. So if you're looking for like kind of an entry level gig, like linking up with them would be a great spot to link up with.
Man, you got all the info.
Yeah, I got more information too.
Okay.
Yeah. One
amazing
interesting spot that the band's linking up with in September is we're doing a big gig at the Stratford Rotary Complex.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is
where, like in the ice rink?
Well, no, there's like kind of
community hall.
Yeah, there's a community hall right next to it, and we have an opportunity to kind of have a gig that's bigger than any of the other gigs that we've had because we're opening up for a fairly large scale band at this community hall.
Wicked.
They're called the James Barker Band.
Okay.
And they're like extremely big in like the country music scene.
Oh, wicked.
So we're
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, dudes. They've won like country music awards and they're like kind of a staple country band in Canada.
That's so awesome.
And yeah, so it's a good step up for us to like kind of have that stamp of approval of being able to like open up for like a dignified band.
Big time.
And we're a rock band, but we got a sprinkle of country flavor in some of our tunes.
You sprinkle it in there.
Yeah. So that's September 30th. We're gonna
September 30th.
Keep this list.
Oh my God, this is a lot.
And dude,
that's great.
I've got one more like this is a big thing. So Ethan Mack and myself, we are collaborating to organize an event called Rock the Muse.
Rock the Muse. Okay, yeah, I've seen some posts about it.
Yes. So this is our second one. The Stratford Perth Museum, they have this hidden gem of a stage behind them.
I've seen the stage.
Yeah, players backstage.
Oh, okay.
So last year we had our first inaugural Rock the Muse event where we really kind of hustled and bustled to get various sponsorships throughout town and provide like local artists that are putting a lot of work into their craft and some artists from out of town too to just have a big rock day, like a one-day festival. And
Amazing.
This year we're scaling it up and we're making it a 2-day festival, and we've got some exciting announcements to make down the line of also bringing in some legitimate acts that are kind of dignified in their own right in the Canadian music scene to scale up and provide, you know, bands an opportunity to play with some larger scale bands, because again, it's like kind of a stamp of approval and, you know, something, a feather in your cap to kind of use that as momentum to get other large gigs and that kind of thing.
That's so wicked.
Yeah, man.
Respect to you guys, man.
Cheers, man.
Bringing the heat to Stratford.
That's October 13th and 14th.
October 13th, 14th, Rock the Muse.
Yeah.
At the Stratford Perth Museum.
Yeah, man. Those are a lot of dates, a lot of venues.
That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, young Victor's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
keep track of all these.
Sorry, dude.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah. Sweet.
That's so cool, man. Okay. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, man.
Wow. That's huge. Let's let ChatGPT guide us.
Sweet.
Hey, this is interesting, actually. I mean, they're all interesting, but how do you balance being a part of a band and pursuing your solo career? And what are the unique challenges and rewards of both?
Dude, it's actually a lot more simple than it may sound.
Okay.
I just like find that I write a lot of songs, and like some of the songs kind of just fit like the Small Town Stripclub sound and brand a lot. Like they're just really geared towards that sound and brand, which is kind of just alternative rock. There's still a lot of personal stuff in those songs. Like they're coming from my perspective for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
However, the solo stuff, which it's kind of just a side venture, are more personal songs and more acoustic guitar based. Okay. So if and maybe I guess this hasn't really happened yet, but maybe there's going to be a time where I bring a song to the band and they're like, and I'm passionate about it, and they're like, we're not vibing with it, and maybe it can be the side bin.
Just throw it over to the side project.
If I'm really passionate about the song or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. My solo stuff is more folky, more alternative, and the band stuff is more kind of straightforward rock and roll.
That's wicked. That's wicked. But you did say that kind of the focus right now is the band.
Yeah.
You're kind of focused on that, but
yeah, for sure. We've been putting a lot of work in specifically in 2023. We've been doing Ontario tours. We've been a part of different competitions, like a big kind of competition out of the Niagara region, the Hits FM Rock Search. There was 120 bands, and we had to play a few shows, and we got whittled down to the top 3. And
hey, respect.
It was good, man. It was a really good experience.
That's exciting.
And we finished top 3, and we were definitely underdogs. Like some of the other bands were more centralized in that area. So we had a tough time getting a big crowd out to.
So you were the away team, the underdogs, and you made it to top 3.
That was exactly it. I was telling my friends were asking how to go. I'm like, we definitely felt like the away team, but you know, it was a really good experience. We met some awesome bands there, and the band that won, they deserved it. They're an awesome band.
That's amazing. Yeah, you gotta stay humble too. That's huge
for sure. And we're gonna throw our name in the mix for next year's Rock Search, and we're coming back with a vengeance too.
Coming back with a vengeance, 2024. Small Town Stripclub.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe ask you like maybe 1 or 2 more questions.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. I'll do them in this order, though. So, can you share any memorable experiences or interactions with fans or just people enjoying your music that have made an impact on you?
Dang. There's a couple answers to that. Okay. One answer is like, so the band is like original music on Spotify and all that jazz, and we've got a little bit lucky with a couple of our tunes. Like they had relative success. Like the one tune is like around 150,000 streams because it got picked up from an editorial playlist.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we've been able to have a little bit of spread with some of our music. And I think one time we had like somebody share one of our songs, like they were listening to it like in like Nova Scotia or something, and like and then we replied like, yeah, thanks for listening. And they're like, I can't believe you're replying to this. Like, that's crazy that like, we're like, you don't even realize how low key we are. Like we're not like a big band at all, you know? Right. It was cool to like have like quote unquote, like a legitimate fan, you know, that's not family or friends, just something that's beyond our reach type thing.
That's so cool. And so how did that influence you or impact you moving forward from that moment?
Probably just it was like a little bit of a sign that like, you know, it's not necessarily just a Stratford rock band. We can have more reach, and people will listen to our music not just because they're supporting the boys, because they actually dig it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's why I feel personally, when I share my songs, I feel way more, I guess, like accomplished or something when it is someone I don't know who's like, whoa, that was an amazing song. What, you know? And I go, oh, that's a real, because you know, you want to support your bros and your friends and your family. So even if it's not the coolest song in your mind,
Yeah,
you're still gonna say, "Go for it, man."
Yeah, exactly.
The classic mom thing, dude.
Yeah.
My mom always believes in me.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
But I still want to know, like, is the song actually good?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I feel part of this is external validation and versus internal validation. You need to know for yourself if it's a good song.
For sure.
But what I'm speaking to more is just that process of getting to a point where you can internally validate. Because I do feel I'm there now. I don't really care as much, almost at all, what other people think of the song.
Yeah.
Because I know, and I'm actually working on a project. I got 20 songs, and I've boiled it down to 9 because I said those other ones aren't ready. They're not up to my standard for myself, which I would never do before. Before I'd say, I got 20 songs, put them all out.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then like a year later, oh man, that song wasn't ready. So that's interesting. Have you faced that at all? The balance between like internally validating yourself as a songwriter versus getting the feedback?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. It's like when it comes to product, the band and myself are very diligent on what we want to release. Like pretty much all of the money from our merch and our shows, it goes back into recording. So like as far as like being extremely critical with like the end product, 100%.
Right.
Like we want to hone it in. We want to have the stuff that we put out on Spotify or whatever streaming service you listen to music. Like they're not like demos made in a garage. They're like well crafted, well produced tunes that are up to our standard of what we think could be songs that could be a staple on like rock radio or something along those lines.
That's amazing.
So yeah, there's definitely that. And as we talked about earlier in the podcast, having a healthy relationship with external success is like definitely a part of like what we're trying to accomplish. Like it's being a part of the Stratford music scene is awesome, but definitely I want to get the bands to a place where we can have like legitimate crowds in venues outside of Stratford and all around Ontario, all around Canada, hopefully.
Wow, that's so awesome. Yeah. That's so exciting.
Yeah, man,
I love that vision. I'm here for it.
Dope.
Rooting you guys on, man.
Thanks,
that's so wicked. Okay, so how do you see your music contributing to the culture and vibe of our small town? I think you've answered that. I think instead I'd rather ask you what you think is next for the Stratford music scene, because you said it's great, but I myself and some other people I've talked to, they don't actually feel the same way. They feel the Stratford music scene is something they don't feel a part of, something they don't feel welcome in, which is interesting because you're saying it's so great and it's good and all that stuff. So maybe the question might be like, why do you think it's great, and what do you think is next for the Stratford music scene? Because you seem to be a huge influencer in our town.
Yeah, I think just like keep bringing people together and like keep exposing like how it's like not as segmented, and like we can like kind of highlight other people's ventures. Like I have my open mic at job site. However, I'm pretty transparent. I'm like, it's kind of more about the community and the vibe and like the pizza and the beer here. Right. If you're really trying to like kind of hone in like a really good sound and like have a good monitor system and like kind of a more intimate environment, the Bunkers open mic is perfect for that too. Right. And just like kind of highlighting people for where they can go, where is a good spot to get a first gig, delivery yard, a coffee shop in town. Oh yeah. They have acoustic musicians almost every Saturday. So maybe you're just trying to get a low key gig. You could reach out to the livery yard and be like, hey, I'll be down to play here on a Saturday. There's so many venues in town. And like, I think trying to dabble and make people feel more comfortable with their diverse sounds. Like, you know, you're saying Wizzy John has his Afro beats and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
man, come to job site and throw it down. And maybe somebody like him wants to be surrounded by more people in his genre lane. So maybe we do Rock the Muse this fall, but maybe we do Rap the Muse in the spring and try to have like a hip hop, a legitimate hip hop gig where, you know, Ethan Mack could headline. You could have Wizzy John and get anybody else involved in the area who's more geared towards hip hop and R&B and that kind of thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just trying to get everybody out and about and involved and like having some, you know, cross genres and just making sure that everybody feels included and that there are options and places to go.
That's beautiful. So it sounds to me like you're saying the future of the Stratford music scene is one that's, I mean, it may already be this, but it's one that's more inclusive, more diverse in the sounds, and more events happening, more venues sharing with each other. Like you say, hey, this spot does it like this, that spot does it like that. Yeah, it's all good. Sure. You know, like we love to see anyone go into any spot. Referrals. Yeah, that's very exciting. And for me, it's really exciting because I'm entering the scene now. Even though I've lived in Stratford a long time, I've performed outside of Stratford only. I've performed in Stratford only just a couple of times. I mean, here at the school with my students, I do it as much as I can. But I mean, to actually perform, I've traveled to many places outside Stratford, and I kind of always assumed, you know, Stratford's just my sleepy town. You know? But actually, I'm discovering it's not sleepy at all. Yeah, there's so much going on, but you gotta know. You gotta know where the things are and which night at which place, and so it takes that quality of really seeking out as well. For sure. Yeah. So I can see an addition to what you've said is establishing a method for those who aren't seeking out to learn about, you know, which is kind of boils down to promotional for expertise, you know? Yeah, man. Maybe we have to like start some sort of, I don't know, Facebook group, or like, I think there might be a Stratford music scene group or something like that. Yeah, I think I'm in that group. Yeah, but we got to get something more lively, like that people can, that everything's being posted and like letting people know about everything. Maybe it already is, but we got to keep spreading the word. Yeah, spread the word, and so much going on. And the Rap the Muse idea sounds really cool. I literally thought about that. I'm like, how can we like include some people that are trying to do different genres? Yeah, like maybe like we just make an event specified to that lane, or maybe we have them at Rock the Muse too, and just have them more open ended. Yeah, that's an idea too. Yeah. Either way, it's all good, and it's the old college try. Like we got to show this even more. Yeah, bro. In the shot, can you get that album there? Do you want to tell us anything about this solo album? Yeah. Should I pick it up for a moment? Is that cool? Yeah. I'll give it to you. All right. So the old college try, or just old college try, it's a 6-song EP of a bunch of tunes that I kind of wrote in my university days. And a lot of the theme of it has to do with, you know, trying to figure out what path you're going to go down. Kind of like the theme is like a coming of age kind of thing. You know, just going from being a kid with a head full of dreams and like, you know, trying to figure out how that fits into how society works and that kind of thing. Wow. And it's just, I've got a little bubble there that says, don't quit your daydream. Oh, I like that. Yeah. And it's kind of like the back of the album is kind of an allure to, or it's, I don't even know if that's the word, but it's kind of like the vibe of you just like zoning out in class and like kind of doodling, thinking about what you want to be doing. It's an ode to the student experience. Yeah, which is kind of ironic because I'm a teacher now. There you go. And and that's kind of the vibe of this. And I literally have crates full of these vinyl because I ordered them a couple of years ago, but I ordered a ton of them. So if you want an old college try vinyl, hit me up. Hit up Johann Yundt. Yeah. To buy his vinyl. There you go. And you brought that today is a gift
That's
for
gifted.
me and Victor.
There you go.
So
yeah.
we're so grateful.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you so much, man.
No worries,
really,
man.
really appreciate this.
Yeah.
And thanks for being here today, sharing your music, your thoughts, your experience, your wisdom.
Cheers, man.
Super appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you having me on. And I watched your 2 episodes that are out. You've got 2 cooking right now.
Yeah, that's
I will be
right.
listening to those. I'll probably be running around the river, like listening to it. I'm like seeing who else is around town doing their thing. So
Amazing.
I'll keep my ears peeled for any future episodes, and I'm looking forward to continuing to make the community more cohesive and just spreading the word. Yeah.
Respect, dude.
Cheers, bro.
Thank you so much.
See
Thanks
ya.
everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.